So today let's talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. Adults. Not the kind of adults like the people who keep Trader Joe's in business, buying wine in bulk. Now, I don't know who invented adult phrases, but I can imagine it was a committee who, tired of working with 40-year-olds sitting around a kitchen table going, how can we confuse future generations so badly that they question whether language is even real? And that's how we got a lot of these things that are coming up. So let me walk you through the top 10 things adults say that make zero sense. Number 10, and probably the most famous one of them all, money doesn't grow on trees. Thank you, Dad. I was not under the impression that my allowance was grown in an orchard next to the apples and the pears. But here's the kicker. Money literally is paper, and paper comes from trees, meaning money does actually grow on trees. The math is mathin', right? What they really should say is money doesn't grow on trees, but it does get sucked directly out of your checking account when you forget to cancel your free trial of Paramount Plus. Also, why do adults say the phrase angrily? Calm down, Carol. I just asked if we could go to McDonald's. You'd think I was asking for a down payment on a yacht. Number 9, and this one was used on me a lot, because I said so. The nuclear weapon of adult phrases. This is the conversational equivalent of pulling the plug on the Wi-Fi. Once it's dropped, the argument is over. You can't fight it. But if you think about it, it makes no sense at all. Imagine if this worked in real life. Cop: sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Me: because I said so. Cop: fair point, drive away. It doesn't work. Adults always burst this out when they're run out of logic to even explain things. Because I said so is just, I've lost the debate, but I still pay the bills, so checkmate. Number 8, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? A classic. First of all, yes, absolutely yes, I would. Because if all my friends are jumping off a bridge, they probably know something that I don't. Maybe there's a trampoline at the bottom. Maybe it's a trend, or maybe it's how you get into Hogwarts. Also, let's be real. Adults say this. They've never followed peer pressure in their lives. Oh, really, Mom? You didn't buy a George Foreman grill in 1998 because literally everyone else did? Hypocrisy. The name is parent. Next one is, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What? I didn't even know I was going to receive a horse as a gift. Now, apparently it comes with instructions. Also, why is my first instinct supposed to be, let me check the molars on this horse? No other gift works this way. Nobody opens an iPhone on Christmas and goes, hold on, let me look in the charging port to see if it's legit. The phrase is so old, I think it was invented by medieval horse traders who wanted to scam people with janky horses, and now it just lives rent-free in the adult handbook of things to confuse children. The next one is, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. Excuse me? First of all, why are there so many bridges in adult wisdom? Is this life advice or a Google Map tutorial? Second, this phrase is basically code for, I have no plan whatsoever, but I'll deal with it later when it's a bigger problem. If my boss says, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, what he really means is I'll ignore this until it catches fire, and then we'll all panic. Adults pretend this phrase is wise, but it's basically just procrastination dressed up in khakis. Number 5, don't cry over spilled milk. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. Should I cry over something more important like climate change or my student loans? Don't cry over spilled milk is supposed to mean don't stress over little things. But here's the thing, spilled milk does matter. Have you ever smelled milk after 3 days on the carpet? That's not a little problem, that's a biohazard. And I'd rather spill uranium on the floor than milk. At least uranium doesn't smell like sadness and foot fungus. Number 4, and the classic is, back in my day. Yes, the classic prelude to a guilt trip. Adults love this one. It's like a coupon they cash in to remind you their childhood was basically the Hunger Games, but with more lead paint. Back in my day, we walked 10 miles to school in the snow, uphill both ways. First off, that's not even possible, going uphill both ways. Did you go to school at the top of Mount Everest? Second, back in your day, hunger cost $12 and came with free land and a goat. Sit down. Number 3, it builds character. Translation is, I'm too lazy or broke to fix your problem, so let me gaslight you into thinking the suffering is good for you. Your shoes don't fit? Build character. You broke your arm? Builds character. You got dumped? Builds character. If building character were real, I'd be a Marvel superhero by now, but instead, I'm just a guy with trust issues and bad posture. Notice how I'm leaning forward in this chair? I know. It's probably because I got this big fat gut. I don't know. Number 2, and this one was used on me a lot, life isn't fair. Oh, thank you. Without infinity wisdom, I never would have noticed that Jeff Bezos exists while I'm still reheating spaghetti noodles 3 days in a row. The irony of this phrase is that adults say it as if they're victims too. No, Dad, life isn't fair, but it seems way more fair for you in your recliner with your boat than it is for me, who just got hit with a $75 overdraft fee because I bought a sandwich. And then the number 1 phrase that is always well used, you'll understand when you're older. The king of nonsense, the godfather of adult phrases. You'll understand when you're older is adult code for I don't actually know how to explain this without sounding dumb, so I'm gonna punt it to the future you. Well, I'm older now, and guess what? I still don't understand taxes, love, or why adults get mad when you eat dessert before dinner. If I want cheesecake first, let me live my truth. The phrase is a scam. It's like Santa Claus, but instead of presents, you just get back pain. So there you have it. The top 10 things adults say that make absolutely zero sense. And here's the wild part. The older I get, the more I start saying them to my own kids. I caught myself the other day saying money doesn't grow on a tree to a kid, and I thought, oh God, it's happening. The cycle's continuing. Just maybe adults don't say these things because they make sense. Maybe they say them because life, it doesn't always make sense. And sometimes nonsense is the only way to cope with this chaos going on in the world. Or maybe adults are just lazy. I'll let you decide. Who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch the videos on the next slide. There's going to be 4 of them here. Click away. And you know what? Go ahead and make fun of me in the comments. I'm bald. I said that in a previous video. Go ahead. Subscribe. Don't make me beg.